I used to think my feelings were the center of the room, like my pain explained everything, like my anger gave me truth. I judged from one small window, one version of the sky, never stopping long enough to ask the deeper why. And every reckless decision, every careless thing I'd say, didn't only hurt myself, it pushed other hearts away. Because a narrow mind can't see beyond its fear, and people blinded by themselves leave damage everywhere. If you only see your own side, you'll lose your way in time, and the people standing near you pay the price beside your life. Because wisdom starts growing the moment we understand the world is bigger than what we hold inside our hands. I've seen people chase pride without thinking who it breaks, turning every conversation into something they must take. I've seen stubborn hearts refuse to bend or hear, destroying trust around them while insisting they were clear. And honestly, it's tragic how small the mind can get when ego becomes louder than compassion or respect. Because perspective is responsibility, not just intelligence alone. The choices that we make ripple far beyond our own. Every word affects somebody, every action leaves a trace, and selfish ways of living eventually spread pain. If you only think about yourself and never truly grow, a person trapped inside their pride can never fully know what other people carry, know the battles they survive, know how deeply human hearts are connected underneath this life. The strongest people listen before deciding they are right. They widen their perspective instead of choosing every fight. Because maturity means understanding you are not the only pain, and every human being sees the world through different rain. I remember moments clearly when anger filled my chest, and all I wanted instantly was proving I knew best. But later came the silence, and with it came the truth that being technically correct can still become cruel. And that changed something in me, something difficult but real. That wisdom without empathy can wound more than it heals. So now I try to pause more, try to look beyond my own, because narrow thinking traps us inside walls we've always known. And maybe true intelligence is not just what you know, but whether your understanding helps another person grow. If you only see yourself, you'll eventually lose sight of how deeply all our lives are tied together in this life. And people blinded by ego don't just fall alone, they pull others down beside them without even knowing. So I wanna live with vision wide enough to care, wide enough to recognize another person standing there. Because the world becomes safer the moment we realize we are responsible not only for ourselves, but for the lives nearby. You keep waiting for certainty, for every answer to appear, wanting the whole road visible before you move from here. You stare into the darkness, trying to see the end, but life was never designed to reveal itself all at once again. The future hides in shadows beyond what eyes can know, and dreams are built by people who still decide to go, even when their hands are shaking, even when they're scared, even when they can't see clearly what's waiting somewhere there. Take the first stare, even if the rest is hidden tonight. You don't need the whole horizon to begin the climb. Faith isn't seeing everything, faith is stepping anyway, trusting the road will meet you one step at a time each day. I used to stand frozen at the edge of every change, trying to calculate the future, trying to guarantee no pain. What if this goes nowhere? What if I lose control? What if I walk into darkness and never reach my goal? But while I kept hesitating, life kept moving on, and dreams slowly started fading inside the safety I held on to too long. Then one night something changed me, a quiet truth appeared. Nobody who ever became something started without fear. Every mountain climber, every artist, every soul began before the answers came, began before they knew. And somehow that set me free, because maybe the point was never to know every step beforehand, but to become stronger together, with uncertainty, with movement, with courage built through trying. Because confidence is not the beginning, it's what grows after climbing. A staircase disappears upward beyond the reach of sight, but every single journey starts with one small rise, one breath, one movement, one trembling decision that whispers to your spirit you are no longer trapped in hesitation. I remember taking chances without knowing what would happen next, and yes, some roads hurt deeply, some choices became tests, but every step still shaped me, every risk still gave more wisdom, more resilience than fear ever could, while staying safe, because staying still feels peaceful until years begin to pass, and suddenly you realize you were waiting for a certainty that never lasts. Life belongs to movement, to hearts willing to trust, not blindly without thinking, but bravely enough to jump. So stop demanding the future reveal itself tonight. Most beautiful destinations are discovered during the climb. Take the first stair, even while the dark remains. The road appears little by little, to the soul willing to change. And one day you'll look backward at the life you almost missed, because you were waiting for proof before taking the risk. But everything meaningful begins before certainty arrives, and every dream worth living for starts with one small step into the night. I used to close my ears the moment criticism came, turn every hard opinion into anger, fear, or shame. If someone spoke against me, I built walls instantly, certain they were only trying to wound my dignity. And maybe sometimes they were, maybe some words came from spite, but even bitter voices can still reveal a hidden light. Because truth doesn't always arrive wrapped in gentle hands. Sometimes wisdom reaches us through things we don't understand. So listen through the pain, even when the words cut deep, 'cause something meant to grow you might hide beneath. Not every bitter sentence is meant to make you fall. Sometimes life speaks loudest through the voices that disturb your soul. I remember one night clearly, someone called out all my pride, and every part inside me wanted to run and hide. I replayed the conversation, certain they were cruel, but after all the anger faded, I saw uncomfortable truth. The things that hurt the deepest were the things I feared were real. And suddenly the criticism became a chance to heal. Because growth rarely feels pleasant, medicine rarely tastes sweet, and wisdom often enters us through wounds beneath our feet. People who only praise you can leave you standing still, but people who expose your weakness can sharpen your spirit and will. That doesn't mean accept hatred or let yourself be destroyed, but don't reject every difficult word just because it hurts your pride. Sometimes your enemies notice the things your friends ignore, and sometimes painful honesty opens a hidden door. So listen through the pain without losing your peace. Calm hearts hear lessons clearly, while reactive minds only bleed. There's power in staying steady when judgment fills the air, because emotional storms inside us can stop us seeing what's there. I used to think maturity meant always being right. Now I think maturity means remaining open through the fight. Open enough to question, open enough to learn, open enough to recognize when criticism helps you turn. The ego wants protection, the soul wants to evolve, and life keeps sending teachers and forms we don't resolve. Some arrive with kindness, some arrive through pain, but every difficult encounter can shape us once again. Maybe the universe whispers through uncomfortable sounds, trying to break the patterns that keep us tied down. And maybe wisdom begins the moment we can say, this hurt me deeply, but maybe there's something here I should face. So I won't fear every harsh word or instantly attack. I'll pause before reacting and calmly look back, because the truth that changes us most rarely feels easy at first. And some of the greatest lessons arrive disguised as hurt. So listen through the pain, even when your pride resists. A bitter voice today might become tomorrow's gift, like medicine on the tongue, hard to swallow at the start, but healing something quietly deep inside your heart. You've been living in the same room, breathing the same air, hearing the same opinions till your dreams disappeared somewhere. Everybody knows your story, everybody knows your name, and slowly, without noticing, you started staying the same. Comfort feels warm at first, like safety you can trust, but comfort turns dangerous when it slowly gathers dust, because people stop growing where nothing challenges their soul, and stagnant water quietly forgets how to flow. If you wanna become stronger, you may have to walk away from the place that made you comfortable every single day. 'Cause once you sink too deeply into easy routines and praise, it becomes so hard to leave behind the life that keeps you unchanged. I remember feeling restless, like something was missing inside, even while everything around me looked completely fine. But deep down, I knew I had stopped becoming more. I was surviving comfortably instead of chasing what I was made for. And honestly, that emptiness can become its own kind of pain when your spirit knows you're capable of something greater than staying the same. So I left familiar faces, left certainty behind, stepped into places where nobody knew my life, and it terrified me deeply to become unknown again, to lose the version of myself everyone expected me to remain. But that's where growth began, not inside applause or ease, but inside discomfort that forced new parts of me to breathe. 'Cause new environments reveal you in ways comfort never can. They test your courage honestly, they reshape who you become. When nobody knows your limits, you stop repeating old roles, and suddenly possibilities start reopening your soul. The people ahead of you usually change something first, their habits, cities, circles, before success ever emerged. Because environment shapes hunger, shapes discipline inside, and some dreams only awaken when conversations, different risks and nights, different people pushing you toward a higher life. Don't be afraid to disappear from the place that kept you small. Sometimes losing familiarity is how you finally evolve. Yes, it will feel lonely. Yes, uncertainty burns, but growth has always belonged to the soul willing to turn toward the unknown future instead of repeating the past. Because people trapped in comfort rarely become their highest selves at last. So jump into new waters, even if your voice still shakes, because transformation begins the moment comfort breaks. And one day you'll realize the life that changed your name started the moment you walked away from staying the same. I used to chase attention, crowded rooms and louder nights, surrounded by so many voices, still feeling empty inside. Everybody laughed together, everybody played their part, but shallow conversations never reached my heart. Too many people speaking without knowing what they say. Too many drifting circles pulling dreams away. Because not every friendship leads you toward the light. Some people keep you drowning just to feel alright. I'd rather walk with one wise soul than lose myself in noise. One honest voice beside me is stronger than 1,000 hollow choices. Because wisdom sharpens spirit while foolish crowds confuse, and the people closest to you shape the life you choose. I remember one conversation late into the night with somebody who spoke quietly but somehow changed my life. No need to sound impressive, no need to dominate, just truth spoken gently without ego or hate. They challenged my excuses without making me feel small. And somehow through their honesty I started standing tall. That's when I understood the value of real friends. Not people who entertain you, but people who help you ascend. Because crowds can feel exciting, but emptiness hides there too. When nobody around you pushes you toward the truth. Some people celebrate weakness, call recklessness being free, encourage every impulse, then disappear when life gets deep. But wise hearts speak differently, they care enough to say, you're becoming someone smaller, living this way. And that kind of friendship is rare enough to keep, 'cause honesty with compassion doesn't come cheap. I'd rather walk with one wide soul through silence and through pain than stand among 1,000 voices can redirect your whole life toward good. The world praises popularity, big circles, endless names, but many people still feel lonely inside all those crowded spaces. Because connection isn't counted by how many stand nearby, it's measured by who stays truthful when your spirit starts to die. A wise friend protects your future even when it's uncomfortable, not by controlling your choices, but by helping you see clearer roads. And honestly, we all become the people we surround ourselves with, little by little, conversation by conversation, choice by choice. So I choose depth over noise now, truth over temporary fun, because one meaningful connection outweighs 100 shallow ones. I don't need endless approval or people cheering every wrong. I need souls who make me wiser, souls who make me strong. One wise heart beside you can change your entire road, 'cause wisdom shared through friendship lightens every load. And maybe the greatest blessing this life can never give is one honest person who teaches you how to truly live. I used to love people the way I wanted love, giving what I needed most, thinking that was enough. I thought kindness meant treating everyone the same, offering my own answers to another person's pain. But hearts don't all heal equally, and comfort wears different names. What saves one soul softly may not help another the same. I learned love isn't given what only I understand. It's learning how to listen before reaching out your hand. Not everyone needs silence, not everyone needs words, not everyone feels cared for the same way I do when I hurt. Real love begins the moment we try to see the world gently through somebody else's eyes. I remember trying so hard to help somebody heal, giving advice I would have wanted, thinking it was real. But all they needed quietly was someone there beside them, not solutions or direction, just a place safe enough to breathe in. And suddenly I understood how selfish love can be when we give without listening to what another soul might need. Because caring isn't projection, it's attention with grace. It's recognizing every person has their own way to feel safe. Some people need distance, some need a closer hand, some need honesty softly, some need silent understanding. And none of it is wrong, none of it is less true. Human hearts are different worlds, even when they ache too. I used to confuse empathy with imagining they were me. But empathy is deeper than that. It's letting another person be free. Free to need differently, free to receive love their own way. Free from being reshaped by what I would personally crave. Because true compassion asks, what helps you heal tonight? Not what would make me feel better if I stood inside your life. That changed the way I listen, changed the way I stay, changed the way I love people more carefully each day. Now I ask more questions before deciding what is right. Because understanding somebody takes humility and time. Real love isn't cloning your own heart onto theirs. It's learning another language and meeting somebody there. Maybe that's why relationships break, not from lack of care, but because people keep giving what the other never asked to share. One gives space, one needs closeness, one needs softness, one needs truth. And both are trying honestly, but missing each other's roots. So now I wanna love wiser, not louder or more proud. I wanna notice who somebody is without covering them in myself somehow. Because the deepest form of kindness may simply be this: to stop assuming another heart feels exactly like yours does inside it. And maybe real connection begins the moment we start, not by loving people like ourselves, but by listening to their hearts. So you failed this time, so what now? The sky didn't fall apart, you're still standing somehow. Yeah, it hurts like hell. Yeah, your confidence shakes. Yeah, the silence afterward feels impossible to face. But failure isn't the ending, no matter what they say. It's only proof you were brave enough to step into the game. What's so terrible about falling? Everybody hits the ground. The people who change their lives are the ones who rise somehow. Failure means you tried. Failure means you moved. Failure means you stepped beyond the fear most people never do. I used to treat mistakes like they define my name. One bad result becoming a prison built from shame. I thought successful people never lost control, never doubted themselves, never broke their goals. But then I looked closer at the people I admired, and every single story was built through walking fire. Rejected applications, broken plans and scars, lonely nights of wondering if they had aimed too far. And still they kept going, still they chose to climb. Because failure teaches lessons success hides sometimes. A closed door teaches direction, a wrong turn sharpens sight, and every painful setback can become strength over time. So I fear losing, I fear the fall, stand as regret grows heavier and temporary pain, and nobody becomes stronger by avoiding every way. Try again, even after the heartbreak. Try again, even when your spirit shakes. You are not your worst moment. You are not one mistake. You are the person choosing whether to rise again. I remember nights exhausted, thinking I was done, certain all my effort had meant absolutely none. But every failure carved me into someone new, more honest, more resilient, more prepared to break through. That's the hidden gift inside it, the thing pain quietly does. It forces you to grow stronger than who you previously were. And honestly, maybe success isn't ever falling down. Maybe success is refusing to let failure keep you on the ground. Because life rewards persistence more than perfect starts. And strong people are simply broken people who kept heart. So fail if you must fail, but learn something from the burn. Let the scars become wisdom, not reasons not to return. The dream is still alive, as long as you still move. And one more step forward can completely change the truth. Try again, even if nobody understands. Try again, with tired eyes and shaking hands. Because every great story has moments where hope looked thin, and the people who eventually won were just the ones who began again. You keep holding back your heart, like one mistake could end your life. Like falling once would mean forever. You were never meant to fly. You keep standing at the doorway, afraid to chase the thing you love. Because failure looks so frightening when you only think about the loss. But listen closely, life has never belonged to people who stayed safe forever, trying not to do wrong. The people who truly lived were willing to risk the pain, because dreams are worth the heartbreak again and again. Go chase your dream, and if you fail, so what? The sky will still be above you, the world will still turn on. You'll cry, you'll heal, you'll stand back up somehow. And one day you'll realize you survived what scares you now. I remember nights overthinking every possible collapse, imagining embarrassment before I even took the chance. What if I lose everything? What if nobody believes? What if I'm not enough to become what I dream? But fear grows louder inside, unopened doors, and regret becomes heavier than failure ever was before. 'cause failure passes slowly, but what if never leaves? It follows you through silence and whispers while you sleep. So I finally took the risk with trembling hands and doubt. And no, it didn't go perfectly, but something changed somehow. I learned life keeps moving after broken plans and scars, and human hearts are stronger than they think they are. You adapt, you recover, you learn to breathe again. Even storms that break you eventually become the wind that pushes you somewhere wiser, somewhere more alive. 'Cause trying changes people more than hiding ever might. The world makes failure sound fatal, like losing means the end. But most successful people just became experts at beginning again. They failed relationships, failed dreams and jobs, failed expectations, still became who they are. Because courage isn't avoiding pain, it's understanding this. Even if things fall apart, life still continues after it. You'll meet new people, find new roads, discover strength you never knew. And maybe the dream itself will reshape you too. So why spend your whole existence protecting yourself from falling, when the heart inside your chest was built for something calling, something risky, something beautiful, something uncertain and real? Because safe lives rarely become the stories people truly feel. Go chase your dream, even if your voice still shakes, even if the road ahead is filled with possible mistakes. Because one day you'll look back not proud you stayed untouched, but proud you dared to live deeply and loved something that much. And if you fail, you'll survive that too. Maybe bruised, maybe wiser, but still becoming you. So don't let fear convince you your dream is too dangerous to try. Most things somehow work out eventually, for hearts brave enough to fly. I used to think admiration made me somehow small, like praising someone else would make me lose it all. So I stayed quiet often when I saw something shine, afraid that lifting others up would lower me inside. But envy built invisible walls between one heart and another, turning human connection into silent competition undercover. And honestly, it gets lonely, always trying to compare, always measuring value like love and worth are rare. Then I met people unafraid to celebrate someone else, and somehow their confidence felt stronger than itself. Because people who praise freely don't shrink when others rise. They stand beside another light without fear inside their eyes. When you honor someone honestly, you stand beside them too. Not beneath them, not above them, just human and true. We were respect creates equality, not distance or control. And kindness spoken openly brings people close. I remember hearing someone praise another without envy. No hidden bitterness behind it, no need to compete quietly. And something about that moment felt unexpectedly strong, like security itself was standing in the room all along. 'Cause insecure hearts compare, but grounded hearts connect. They recognize another person's beauty without losing self-respect. A compliment can become a bridge between two separate lives. A way of saying I see your light and mine survives. That changed the way I speak now. Changed the way I live. 'Cause genuine appreciation is one of the purest things to give. The world teaches rivalry, who's ahead and who's behind. But human beings blossom more when they're not trapped inside that mind. There's enough brilliance for everybody, enough sky for every star. And recognizing someone else's gift doesn't erase who you are. Maybe that's maturity, to admire without fear, to let another person shine and still feel whole standing near. Because people become lonely when pride controls their view, and connection becomes easier the moment appreciation turns true. When you praise someone honestly, you stand on equal ground. No masks, no competition, just souls finally found. And maybe the strongest people are quietly this way, secure enough to celebrate the beauty in somebody else today. So I'll speak the good I notice before the moment goes. 'Cause kindness unspoken is a flower that never grows. And maybe the world softens every time we choose to lift another person up without needing to win or lose. When you honor someone's light, you don't disappear from view. You simply become human enough to let another human shine too. You keep staring at the distance, at the mountain far ahead, thinking every dream is impossible. Inside your tired head, you keep waiting for a moment when fear completely disappears. But courage rarely arrives first, it's born while standing here. The road you want feels endless, the future feels too wide, and every tiny movement seems too small to change your life. But oceans start with rivers, and mornings start with light, and every life transformed began with one step into the night. Start walking toward your dream, even if the step feels small, because direction matters more than standing still through it all. The beginning may seem changed, but every future is created one movement at a time each day. I used to underestimate the power of beginning slow. I thought only giant moments could completely change a soul, but little choices shape us. Quiet habits build our name, and small steps repeated daily eventually become change. One page written, one call made, one fear faced, one chance taken. That's how people slowly become the lives they've always imagined. I remember nights frustrated, feeling stuck inside one place, dreaming of another future, but too afraid to chase. Then one day I moved slightly, barely more than a start, but something shifted deeply inside my restless heart. Because action wakes the spirit in ways thinking never can, and movement creates momentum for becoming who you are meant to stand as. The first step may look meaningless to everybody else, but to the person finally taking it, it can become everything itself. A door quietly opening, a chain beginning to break, a soul finally deciding not to waste another day. You don't need perfection, you don't need giant leaps, you just need enough courage to move your trembling feet toward the life you long for, toward the person you could be. Because dreams only stay impossible when they never leave imagination to breathe. And honestly, most people lose, not because they lack skill, but because they never started walking toward what they felt. Fear convinced them to remain inside familiar pain, while the future waited patiently just beyond the rain. So start now, even slowly, even unsure, even tired, because motion feeds the fire, and standing still buries desire. One small step today can change your whole direction, and years from now you may look back at this quiet moment of decision. Not as something dramatic, not as some thunderous sign, but simply as the day you finally chose your life. Start walking toward your dream, no matter how far it seems, because mountains are climbed slowly and realities begin as dreams. The first step may look tiny, but every road begins that way, and the people who change their lives are simply the ones who start today. I spent so many years believing that my worth was tied to winning, like every dream had value only if I reached the ending. I thought failure meant weakness, thought losing meant shame, thought heaven only smiled on people who built successful names. So every mistake crushed me, every loss felt like proof that maybe I was never worthy of chasing any truth. But one night in the silence, a different thought appeared. Maybe life was never asking for perfection, born from fear. Maybe God never wanted a flawless victory. Maybe the sacred part was simply having courage enough to leap. Maybe heaven isn't watching just the trophies that we gain. Maybe it's watching whether we rise again and again. Maybe the point was never to guarantee success, but to live with enough bravery to give our whole heart nonetheless. I look at all the dreamers who failed before they flew, every artist, every fighter who doubted what to do. Most of them stood trembling, most of them were scared, most of them kept moving without knowing if anyone cared. And somehow that feels holy, more than ever falling down, because courage shines brightest when fear is all around. A seed still reaches upward, not knowing if it'll bloom. A bird still leaves the branch, though storms may come too soon. Nature itself keeps trying without certainty or pride. So why do human beings think we must succeed before we try? I used to wait for guarantees before giving my all, but guarantees don't exist for souls called to something beyond small. The dream itself is sacred, the effort itself is real, and becoming someone fearless enough to try is its own kind of miracle. Maybe success was never measured by applause or fame, but by whether you honored the fire calling out your name. Did you love deeply? Did you risk the fall? Did you keep moving forward even through it all? Because the people who inspire us aren't always the ones who won. They're the ones who stood back up when everyone thought they were done. And honestly, maybe failure isn't the tragedy we fear. Maybe the real tragedy is letting fear keep us here, staring at untouched dreams from the safety of the shore, while life keeps whispering softly, there was something you were meant for. So now I'll chase what calls me, even if my voice still shakes, even if the outcome turns into mistakes, because something inside me knows this life is not about control. It's about answering courage when purpose calls your soul. And maybe that's enough. Maybe trying is divine. Maybe heaven smiles softly every single time a human being chooses to rise beyond their fear and dares to walk toward a dream without needing certainty here. So I won't worship perfection anymore. hearts are remembered long after victories end. And maybe God never asked us to always win the fight. Maybe He simply hoped we'd be brave enough to try. Everybody talks about the future like it appears on its own, like tomorrow is something waiting somewhere already known. But nothing changes without vision, nothing rises from the dark. Before every road existed, it began inside a heart. Every city, every story, every fire, every light was once a fragile dream someone protected through the night. Because dreams are not escape, they're the birthplace of what's real. The future doesn't arrive randomly, it becomes what people dare to feel. Dreams are the only thing that built tomorrow's sky. Before the world can change, somebody has to imagine why. Every future starts invisible before becoming alive. And people without dreams only learn how to survive. I used to fear dreaming loudly, afraid to look naive, afraid the world would laugh at me for what I dared believe. So I kept my hopes hidden, buried underneath routine, working through the same old days without asking what they mean. And slowly something faded, a quiet kind of pain. Because a life without direction starts feeling all the same. Then one night I realized the people who changed history weren't the ones who waited safely. They were the ones obsessed with possibility, the ones who saw beyond the present, beyond the limits everyone knew, the ones who carried visions strong enough to pull them through. Because dreams create movement, dreams create fire, dreams pull exhausted souls toward something higher. Without dreams, talent sleeps. Without dreams, courage dies. Without dreams, human beings forget how to rise. Every invention started as longing, every revolution started as thought, every meaningful life began by chasing something others could not. And yes, dreams can break, you can leave scars behind, but living without them slowly breaks something deeper inside. I've seen people surrender, not because they lacked skill, but because they stopped imagining something greater still. And honestly, that frightens me more than failure ever could. To become so realistic that wonder disappears for good. Because the future belongs to those willing to see beyond what already exists, into who I could someday be. Dreams are dangerous, but they're sacred too, because every beautiful future begins with someone like you. Someone crazy enough to believe this world can become more. Someone stubborn enough to keep knocking on a locked invisible door. So I'll stands, because the life I'm meant to build starts inside my own hands. And maybe the greatest tragedy is not falling while you try, but abandoning the dream that once made your spirit feel alive. Dreams are the only thing that build tomorrow's light. The future is born quietly inside a dreamer's mind tonight. So let them laugh, let them doubt. Every future begins with somebody dreaming it out. Everybody wants the answer. Everybody asks the same. What does it really mean to become successful someday? Some say it's money, some say it's fame. Some chase applause forever just to feel their life has weight. But I've seen wealthy people empty and famous people lost. I've seen shining victories that came with hidden costs. And honestly, it made me wonder if we've misunderstood what success was ever meant to be, and what makes a life truly good. Maybe success isn't measured by how high your name can rise. Maybe it's measured by the courage you carried through your life. How hard did you chase your dream? How much of your heart did you give? Did you fight for something meaningful, or just exist? Because one day all the trophies, all the numbers disappear, but the battles you fought for your soul stay with you here. I remember nights exhausted, working toward invisible goals. No applause, no recognition, just fire inside my soul. There were moments I felt foolish, moments I wanted to quit, watching easier roads around me while I still struggled through it. But deep down something whispered, this effort still matters somehow. 'Cause even if I never reached the summit, at least I truly climbed until now. And maybe that's the point of living, not arriving untouched by pain, but becoming someone stronger through the storms and rain. Because people who never challenge themselves may stay comfortable for years, but something inside them slowly wonders, what if I had faced my fears? I'd rather fail while reaching than spend my whole life small. Because dreams ignored too long become the heaviest regret of all. Success is waking up someday and knowing deep inside you didn't betray your passion just to safely survive. It's knowing you gave effort even when results were unclear, knowing you kept moving forward even while carrying fear. The strongest people I've known weren't always the ones who won. They were the ones who kept trying long after others were done. People who stayed devoted to something larger than pride. People who gave their whole spirit to the dream they carried inside. Because 'Cause effort shapes the soul more than victory ever could. And struggle with purpose can turn pain into something good. So maybe success isn't perfection or becoming more admired. Maybe success is refusing to let your inner fire die quietly. Maybe it's daring to believe your dream deserved pursuit and giving everything you had, becoming your truth. Because at the end of this life, when silence fills the air, the question won't be how much did you own or how many people stared. The real question waiting softly at the edge of time may be, did you truly challenge yourself to become who you dream to be?